Avengers assemble! What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? CthulhuTheDarkOne coming at you once again, live and uncut on the internet. This time with my second custom made, in the sense that each of the figures are sold separate, and I displayed them together, Avengers set. All of these figures are from the Marvel Select line, so a little bit more detailed, a little bit larger. And because the other ones were pretty much movie figures, aside from Iron Man, who was a Marvel Universe figure. It's a couple videos back now if you want to check that one out. But here it is. You got Cap, Thor, Iron Man, and Hulk. I thought they looked cool, so I'll do a quick once over on each of the figures here. I have done Hulk before, so I probably won't talk on him too much. Let's see. We'll start with Thor since he's up front. And as stated with Deadpool from the same Marvel Select line, with these guys you're mostly getting the higher grade of detail from like the normal 4-inch figures. And definitely does not disappoint on these. Well, for the most part, but I'll get into that. As you can see, excellent likeness. Great paint apps. You can even kind of see like the fabric-y design in the cape there. Has his little chainmail or sort of on his arm. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can actually see fingernails molded on the hand. Just kind of a little fun, stupid detail. Of course, has his hammer. Chest plate, really good molding. In case you're wondering, it is painted on the back, like most of the small movie figures for Thor were not. Articulation, like I said with Deadpool, these guys are mostly meant to just kind of display and kind of the pose they're in the package. Have a little bit of options. His head's on a ball joint, but mostly hindered by his hair and how the cape was molded. Shoulder is actually on a ball joint, but again, due to how it's molded, that's about how far it can kind of close in. Come out pretty far. Elbow, of course. Wrist. Same on the other arm. He does not have, I believe Iron Man and Cap may have it. He doesn't have any like upper chest articulation. He does have waist. Again, hindered by the molding. I believe Cap's the only one different. His leg joint, I'm not exactly sure what type of joint it is. I think it's like a half a ball joint sort of thing, but it can sort of rotate out, kind of come forward like that. Again, not a huge range of movement on these guys. He does have, oddly enough, a ball jointed knee to allow for knee posability, and a little kind of swivel ankle that tends to only hold in that pose. I may have just gotten a weird batch of Marvel Select toys. I'm not gonna, it does happen. I order my stuff online, so I'm not in store to inspect them, sort of thing. So, but generally, I've noticed, however they're standing in the package, that's how they tend to stay, or like that's the best way to stand them up. Thor, a little side note, his cape appears even with his feet. However, when I stand him up, if I have his cape straight back against him, he tends to fall forward. So you have to kind of fan it out a little bit and just kind of let it catch itself. Like, there's not a lot of weight to the cape, but there's definitely more weight in the hammer. So you kind of just have to counterbalance it. There's Thor. And since we're talking about, drop my Coke can, not being able to inspect it in store, next we'll do Iron Man. There goes Thor falling down. And move Hulk. Great looking, shiny paint job, really good detail. Except for that, paint is literally just chipped off of his foot. That sucks. Luckily, I keep him turned to the side so you don't notice. And on his helmet there, you'll notice the eyes aren't filled in. So that honestly makes me a little more mad than the leg thing, because he does have a open face feature. There's pegs up there, which magnets, people, magnets, because that looks absolutely horrible. It wasn't. I did used to have the Marvel Select War Machine. It wasn't as noticeable on him because of the dark colors. But you can snap his mask on there. But it would look stupid as crap without his eyes lit up. So that's kind of a big gripe on this guy for me. Sorry about that. Still fighting off allergies. But other than that, really good. You know, face sculpt looks like Robert Downey. Good range of motion, ball jointed shoulder joint, elbow, ball jointed wrist. Even though it is kind of molded, like the peg you plug it on is kind of like it's tilted inward. He does come with 2 sets of hand, closed and open. There's one of each. He does have very weird hip articulation, and by that I mean literally almost none. He does have the upper chest articulation. Most of his leg movement is in the thigh, single knee. As you can see, really good detail on these guys. They definitely look good, if nothing else. Aside from that, thrusters on the feet. You can actually lift these up in the back if you wanted to. See more little details. But yeah, so kind of buyer beware buying online on some of these. I may have just got a bad batch of them. Overall, I can't complain. I got a good price on them. It just kind of sucks that it's missing paint. And last but certainly not least, other than Hulk, but like I said, I did a video for him, is Captain America. Another good sculpt, paint, highly detailed. Does have the upper chest articulation. You know, if you don't match up those suspenders, it looks kind of stupid. You can see the detail on the back there. Another weird note, when I did my small Avengers review, the small cap, how I have his legs now, he comes like straight on in the package like that. That's the only way I can get him to stand. And the small one is similar in that I have to have him kind of like half stepping forward. Just kind of an odd thing that both figures kind of are the same thing. Shield kind of has that glossy Iron Man, which I like. Actually see the details on the back there. He does come with a removable pistol, which which kind of a bummer, because it would be kind of cool to have him hold it in this hand, but he only has this closed fist on this one. The shield will fit on this arm, just nowhere near as well as on that one. So, head swivel, of course. But mostly just really detailed set of Avengers. I noticed on the last kind of custom set, somebody griped that it wasn't size accurate. I stated that in the review that, and you know, they didn't necessarily, like I think somebody else also said that Thor didn't have his cape. I stated that in the review also, that in the kind of half trailer we got at the end of Cap, you see him without the sleeves, and that's why I chose that one. Thor's probably gonna fall. So just to settle any kind of stupid nerd rage arguments, I actually went to Marvel.com and checked out the character stats. Relatively speaking, in the suit, Tony is listed at being at about 6'5". Thor is listed about being 6'3", and Cap, surprisingly, is actually the shortest one at 6'2". The Hulk clocks in around 8 feet. So, generally speaking, I can't, I don't know the exact height of all the actors for the movie, but they're all relatively the same height, which I think these convey fairly well. So do the small ones. Nothing else. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because they're not all like fully upright. Like, you know, I got Cap kind of bent. You kind of have to keep a wide leg stance with Thor, so he's a little bit shorter. But overall, I think it does convey a good sense of size comparison for each character. Just my opinion, and that's what Marvel says. So take it as you will. This is how I display the Avengers. So just thought I'd show off this little custom set I had. Hope you enjoy it. Sorry, it's actually a day late. I do apologize for that. Hey, work's been crazy. We're short a person, and I'm pretty much the only part-time / full-time help they have at the moment. But anyway, the paychecks are nice, so I don't complain. So coming up, we'll have more Marvel goodies. I'll throw up some Big Lebowski figures I got. And I actually just ordered some more import toys, I believe from a Gundam series. And so stay tuned.